Hey there, friends and foes. Welcome back to a action-packed, exciting episode of Back of the Cereal Box. Hey, grab your big bowl of cereal. Come join us in the virtual rec room because we're going to have a lot of fun this morning. We've got a very special guest. He's a real-world superhero. He is a real-world daredevil. Blind Fury, John Helton. I can't wait to introduce you to him, and we're going to do that right now. Ooh, I got caught dancing. Chair dancing, but not the kind of chair dancing that you're talking about. All right, so furrowing her brow in almost embarrassment, but she's not on screen yet, is the one, the only, the adorable gamer girl, Aubry X, Aubry Brewer. How you doing, Aubry?
I'm great.
Good to see you this morning.
I got a late start, so you got to cut me some slack.
I cut no slacks.
Oh, well, that sucks.
And also here to bust your chops is everybody's favorite supervillain, Lex Wojtek. How you doing, Lex?
I am doing all right. I got a really early start today because my cat was she does her little shrimp dance when she wants food at 4 a.m, and that basically is her just stomping all over our faces and walking along the headboard until we finally acquiesce her demands.
And you call that the shrimp dance?
Yes, it's because it's all started when she got really into this shrimp-based food that we started buying her. Now she does it for all canned foods, but it started with shrimp, so.
All right. Well, that's kind of an interesting thing.
Cats are interesting.
Yeah, it's true.
Either they're interesting or they're complete jerks.
They are.
Both, yes.
Yes.
And
so, this is exciting, you guys. This morning is our 25th episode.
Woo!
Happy birthday to us. Actually, it's not a birthday, is it? It's an anniversary. Not even an anniversary. Is it an anniversary? What do you call that when it's just weeks?
A week-iversary? I don't know.
But Aubry, can you believe it? You've done 23 of these episodes with me because you and Dee came on episode either 2 or 3. So we had a pilot and then the debut, and then you guys joined me. So can you believe it's been that long already?
No.
Half a year.
Is it? Yeah, I guess it is half a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is interesting. So
So
it's been 6 months.
Yeah, it is Scott Colecki calls it a milestone.
Oh,
there you go.
There you go.
Thank
That's
you,
sensible.
Mr. Colecki. Yeah, it's a milestone, not an anniversary, a milestone. So, and as you can see, guys, if you're watching, this is an interactive show. We're gathered around our virtual rec room, and we've got big bowls of cereal. We're going to talk about them in a minute. And this is, Lex, don't you give me that look. And we're going to talk, basically, this is the Saturday morning after the Friday night sleepover. And guys, the more I think about this, the more I think we actually need to do a Friday night sleepover. Lex, we need to get you to Nashville. This needs to happen now.
Yeah, totally.
Scott also says, good morning, all. Good morning. So as you guys just saw, if you're watching, this is interactive. So you get to post comments and interact with us, and we will interact with you. So I want to start this morning with a question. Before we bring in our special guest, I've got a question.
Okay.
Courtesy of Poddex. And this is for all of our viewers, and this is for John, our guest, and you guys. Which living person do you most admire? So think about that. And for those of you watching, which living person do you most admire? You can post the comments as you watch. All right, so we have got a very special guest, and I do not want to belabor bringing him on any longer because this dude is like a real world superhero. This guy does amazing stuff because he does it blind. This dude is like Daredevil. And he's a champion bowler. He's an author. He's a marriage and relationship coach. He's a drummer, a rock drummer. This guy is unbelievably cool. I'm talking about the Blind Fury, John Helton. Welcome to the program, John.
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us. And I ask every guest this every show. Tell us who you are, what you do, and how in the world did you get wrangled into being on this show at 8 a.m?
Well, you just introduced me. You told what I did. You stole my thunder. I'm a little upset. I think I'm just going to go. I mean, you want me to repeat myself. That's a lot of energy wasted.
No, you're not repeating yourself. You're repeating me.
Okay, I stand corrected. You're married, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, so I am John, aka the Blind Fury, and as he said, I do a lot of different things, but my main things are I'm a Christian, inspirational, motivational speaker and travel around to tell my story. I lead a relationship ministry called Marital Monkey, and I am a relationship master coach, group coach, laser coach, bereavement coach, all those fun coach things.
Laser coach?
Yeah, it's like fast and to the point. Like I ask you tough questions really fast, and you have to have thick skin, or I will hurt your feelings.
I kind of love that idea.
I do too.
Lex, that seems like something you would be into.
Oh, does it come off as I have thick skin? I'm flattered. Yeah, I actually probably would be into something like that, though. You're not wrong.
So how did you get wrangled into being on this show?
I am a glutton for punishment.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. And for those of you who are seeing John's background, he is in Elizabethtown, Kentucky this morning, and a big fan of the University of Kentucky. That's my old stomping grounds. I went to EKU, and so I think we know some of the same people in the music industry and probably in and around the E-Town and Louisville area. And we'll get into that some other time. So, John, here's the question I also ask every guest. What is your fandom? What do you geek out about?
Outside of the things that I normally do, I love college football.
Okay.
I love college football.
Lex just got a big smile on her face. Who's your favorite team? UK, I take it?
Go Big Blue.
What about you, Lex?
So it's not as much me. I'm actually not really into sports, but my stepdad has basically, he's evangelized the whole family, and now we're all, strapped into the couch when he's watching USC games.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. So I've been a USC fan, if that's what you can call it, for most of my life.
All right. Well,
Reggie Bush.
There you go.
Well, we're going to get into some of these topics here in a minute, but before we do that, let's see if we have any comments. I did forget to mention that if you like the show that you're watching as part of our 25th episode milestone, please consider becoming a supporter at patreon.com/serialboxpodcast. And I might leave that up there for a while because we have big plans, guys. We have big goals, and big plans and big goals take big money. And if you are a fan of this show, if you like what we're doing, drop us $1 a month or $3 a month or $5. That's all we ask. And if everyone who watches the show and subscribes to us on Facebook and YouTube did that, I could quit one of my part-time jobs and dedicate full time to this. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So do that, and that would be a lot of fun. So you guys can participate. You can post comments, but also support us at patreon.com. YouTube.com/Cereal Box Podcast. All right, the most important part of the morning. What's in our bowls? And Lex, you're being very tentative. I'm not happy about this. So I have, once again, Magic Spoon. This is the GMO, wheat-free, high-protein, gluten-free, keto-friendly, soy-free, wheat-free, naturally flavored, totally delicious, childlike cereal for grown-ups. But can we talk about this box art for just a minute?
I love it.
You got a deep-sea diver riding an octopus, holding a spoon.
With a very fashionable mustache.
Yes. Is that not like just the coolest box art ever?
I love it.
I don't know.
I think I don't know if I mentioned. Did I mention John is legally blind? He can't see that. So and of course, like all of the Magic Spoon cereals, it's got this awesome labyrinth maze on the back to get to the spoon in the octopus's tentacle. You know what? I don't know if I want to get to an octopus who has a spoon in his tentacles.
No, I think I'd avoid that.
That could be horrifying. But here's the thing. I am eating this cereal because this is a cup and a half of cereal, and it has 160 calories per cup. And you guys know that I started a new transformation. And so I am limiting meals to 300 calories a meal. So normally cereal would not be on the diet because most cereal is full of sugar, is wheat-based, has soy. This has none of that. None of that. And so I can enjoy my cereal Saturday morning with half a cup of almond milk. And this is the blueberry flavor. I've not tried it yet, so I'm trying it first time on the show. Here we go. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
That's delicious. That's fantastic. So, Magic Spoon cereal, they're not a sponsor yet. I'm hounding them. I'm bugging them like crazy. They're sick of me, I'm sure. Hey, if you want to get rid of the emails, guys, become a sponsor. So, Lex, you're not eating cereal.
No.
What's up?
I've got just a big old pot of coffee. I wasn't really feeling well this week, and food's been sort of betraying me, so I decided not to risk it today. I mean, coffee's not great on the stomach either, but I had to have something cozy while I'm doing this.
All right.
I am in my PJs still, though.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah, this is what Debbie. This is like an iconic T-shirt that Debbie Harry wore. I can't even remember which show she did it for, but there's a bunch of photos out there of her and her camp fun time. Debbie Harry being Blondie, of course. So yeah, she's a.
And the tide is high, and I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one. And Aubrey is too young to even know what that song is.
I still like it.
And what do you got this morning in the virtual rec room, Aubrey?
I'm assuming you're asking about cereal.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't even make a cup of coffee.
Do you guys even know what the concept of this show is?
I know, I feel so bad. I have some cereals rather locked and loaded, but I just was just feeling a little iffy.
Well, see, usually the guest will make up for me not having a bowl, but not this time.
Well,
no, does he not have cereal either?
No, because Mr. Helton emailed me earlier this week and said, "Yeah, I'm not going to do cereal, but I got coffee."
Oh,
hey,
sounds
I
like
went
D.
I went outside the cereal box, and I am doing cherry Pop-Tarts.
there you go. Okay, all right.
My cereal.
That is an acceptable substitution.
Yes.
Like Lex's Danish last week.
Thank you. Yes, I was even considering that, but again, I just don't feel like getting a upset tummy here.
Well, let me tell you what doesn't make you upset at your stomach. Are you guys ready for this? Magic Spoon cereal.
That's true. That's true. I
'Cause
might
there's-
actually pick some stuff up.
Because there's no gluten, there's no wheat, there's no soy.
Do you find it in normal grocery stores or is it online? Or
No, you have to order it online.
That's fine.
I saw it
why-
at Kroger.
What? No, you didn't. Did you really?
Magic Spoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, there
You've
you
been
go.
paying all those shipping charges
Because
for nothing.
I saw it in the cereal aisle. It's at the very beginning of the aisle, and I was like, that's the cereal that John's been talking about.
You know what? I've not seen it in grocery stores.
Huh.
But you know what? If it's there, then that's awesome. Go get it. Because here's the deal, guys. This tastes exactly like the regular wheat-based, sugar-based, cereals that we all had as a kid, but it's with grown-up ingredients. It's bizarre. This should not taste good. On paper, this should taste like cardboard. But it's like this is the blueberry flavor. So you remember Blueberry, the monster cereal? That's what this tastes like.
Nice. Well, I'll give it a whirl. I have a doctor's appointment next week, and I'm sure that when I tell her that I've been having tummy times, she'll just be like, "Yeah, cut these things out of your diet," and I'll be like, "Ugh, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid." But if you're telling me that tastes good, then I'll give it a whirl.
And you know what? I can't taste the difference with the almond milk.
Oh, I love almond milk, although I'm really digging oat milk lately. Oat milk is more sustainable. It's creamier. If I remember correctly, I have my oat milk. I have my oat milk right here. It's 120 calories per 1 cup.
Almond milk is 50 calories
Oh, dang. Well, there you go.
per serving. Yeah.
I'll take
Yeah.
my lactose.
And look, you guys have been hearing me talk about this transformational journey. I'm working with LT360. I'm doing Pilates. I'm already seeing results. It's 7 days in, and clothes are starting to fit different. My pants, I've gone down 2 belt sizes already in a week. And so, yeah,
Thanks.
it's by the time I'm back at a con in July, I'm going to be back down to my college fighting weight. And it's going to be awesome.
I think that cereal is supposed to be on the organic aisle or something. So they'll probably end up moving it there a lot because I had to start going to that aisle to get organic milk because my mom will only drink organic milk. Don't ask.
Well, it's better for you.
Well, it lasts longer, but that might mean it has more chemicals.
The opposite. It has no chemicals. That's why it's organic.
But I thought it would. The chemicals are what make it last longer.
Right, stabilize
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's true organic, there are no chemicals in it. That's the whole point.
I will say, like farm fresh eggs, for instance, they last a lot longer than store bought.
I have chickens.
Eggs. Yeah,
I know.
so there, it could be something like that.
Yeah.
Well, think about this.
Their
the
shells are
process,
thicker.
Mm-hmm.
the processed food has to go through the processing process, which it takes time, and then they're shipped, they're warehoused, and then shipped. So,
so you're saying it's like super fresh or something?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
That
sense.
might be, yeah.
And here's the best part about this: I get blueberry milk at the end. Really good, really good. All right, it is time for our favorite segment, our fan favorite segment. It is time for New Loot. This is the part of the show where we do our show and tell. This is the grown-up geek show and tell on Saturday morning, sitting around the rec room. I love this part of the show. So, have you guys heard of McKay's? Do you guys go to McKay?
I have. Yep.
Aubry, do you go to McKay?
I
All
think
right.
I've heard of it, but
Oh my
no.
God, Aubrey, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. We gotta
I'm
get
all the
you
way
out
in
to McKay.
Albuquerque, and I've been there.
We got to get you to McKay's, Aubrey.
Why is
Because
it like
what's that?
I used to always say "you're killing me," and everybody would finish it up with "small." So it was just funny that you said that.
It's from the Sandbox.
Yeah, I
A
know.
lot, isn't it?
Yeah, Sandlot. Yes, Sandlot.
Ah.
One of the best movies ever made, actually. All right, so I went to McKay over the weekend, or over the week, and I picked up Super Dinosaur Volume 1 by Robert Kirkman. If that name sounds familiar, he's the guy who
Walking Dead
created Walking Dead. He created Invincible. And I've gotten really turned on to his writing through another series called The Firepower. And so when I saw Super Dinosaur #1, I was like, I got to have it for $5. Yes. Hello. I also picked up for $5 Future Quest presents Space Ghost and Birdman. Do you guys remember Space Ghost?
Yes, and
John
Birdman.
Helton, you were a Space Ghost fan, right?
Never heard of it.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
You cannot be truthful there. Space Ghost. You never heard of a Space Ghost, really?
No.
All right. So
I remember, John.
so
I remember even before the little parody show.
So Aubrey has actually seen something that a guest hasn't. This is like, okay, this is a new milestone. Mark it down.
Everybody sees something I haven't seen. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
I just thought about that right before he said it. I was like, oh God, he's about to make a joke.
That's funny. That's funny. So, and then I also picked up this graphic novel, Chew. Lex, you would love this.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks a little more up my alley.
So, Tony Chu is a detective with a secret, a weird secret. Tony Chu is a chibopathic, which means he gets psychic impressions from whatever he eats.
Oh, interesting.
And that also means he's a great detective as long as he doesn't mind nibbling on the corpse of a murder victim to figure out who done it and why. This is an epic series. This is so original, so fresh, so cool. Chew by John Layman and Rob Guillory. And then one last thing, two last things. On vinyl, Xena, Warrior Princess, Liar Liar, Hearts on Fire, the soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
Lex, are you a Xena fan?
Yes.
Oh, you would be great in a Xena cosplay.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
That's on the list.
it
Don't
would.
you worry.
Yeah, so this is the musical episode of Xena Warrior Princess. And Lucy Lawless is one heck of a singer, if you didn't know.
I know.
And this was a great episode, and I got it on vinyl.
She is a queen. Gosh, I love her.
I love her too. I love her too. So then, courtesy of Entertainment Earth, one of our sponsors, they sent me the Sorcerer Supreme pop bobblehead.
Yay.
This is a brand new exclusive Infinity Warps Pops series. And this is a mashup of Doctor Strange and Captain America. And you can get it at Entertainment Earth. The link is posted on our Facebook page.
They did the fusion dance.
Yes, they did. All right, so who has something cool to share? Either some cool loot or cool news, something you saw this week that we need to be aware of. Lex?
It was my birthday last weekend, obviously, so I should have more loot. I have, in fact, here, hang on 2 seconds. I have new friends.
Oh, look at this.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I'm like obsessed with these stupid squishmallows. So this one's like it's like a unicorn, galactic
Dang,
unicorn. Pig, exactly. And I also love pigs, which you can see my pig behind me. He's actually like a stuffed whatchamacallit, piggy bank, I guess. And I put my love notes from my partner into him. So that's kind of disgusting. But anyway, so anyways, I love pigs. So, and I love unicorns. So I got this galactic pig unicorn thing. And then my little Link friend who gets to hang out with me now too. Yes, exactly. So anyway, I got more stuff, but these are the new friends that I have for my office, which is awesome.
I have an imaginary sword in my hand. I was thinking I was Link for a second. Sorry.
Nice.
So, Aubry, any cool stuff that you saw or got or heard?
I beat Resident Evil 8.
Oh, nice. I heard mixed things about it.
It was great. I actually enjoyed it much, much more than 7. I'm one of the weird people that did not like 7. But I also don't like the main protagonist, the guy that you play that you never get to see his face. Yeah, he's awful, he's dumb, he like every time he speaks he says something stupid. It's just like, shut up, Ethan, shut up.
I thought she was talking about me.
Never you. No, I don't think anybody I could ever be as mean as I would want to be to this guy in real life. Like, he's so stupid. I'm just hoping in the next game that they have one of the other characters, anybody. He made the dumbest main character in Resident Evil, Chris Redfield, in my opinion, look like a genius. So, other than that, I liked Lady D. She was only through like a portion of it. I kind of wanted her to be like throughout the whole game, but yeah, other than that, it was good.
I'll probably get around to it eventually. I was never super into the Resident Evil franchise. I'm just not as into horror anything, but
the environment is very immersive in this game, especially since it's first person. So it's definitely not like the other Resident Evil games. It's nothing like them.
All right. Yeah, I'll probably, like I say, I'll get around to it. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
John?
Yes, sir.
You got any cool, fun, loot, news, something cool our audience should know about this week?
Well, I've had an interesting week, to say the least. Of course, yesterday, I've already told you, was my anniversary of going into the hospital. And today's the day that it took a turn for the worse, but that's not exactly, I mean, it is exciting if you made it through it. But on Sunday morning, or actually it was Saturday, I was working on my marriage workshop stuff, right? And my computer started to act funny. And then it shut down on me. So Sunday morning before church, I was working on some stuff. And I thought, let me do a system restore. Now, you and I have talked about this. On Sunday nights, I do a Christian rock show on Zoom. Well, before I head to church, my computer crashes.
No.
And I was like, I need a computer.
Yeah, right.
So this guy, after church, we go to Best Buy, and I like to promote them because they've always been good to me, talks me into buying an all-in-one computer, which sounds all nice and dandy, except my computer that I normally use has a 42-inch television screen as my screen. That helps me see better. But this thing has a 24-inch screen. I'm like, like I need help not seeing. But my wife showed me how to hook the computers up, and now I have this 24-inch screen and a 42-inch screen over here, and I've got dual screens, and I am just having a ball. I feel like I'm flying a jet. It's pretty cool. And now I've got 2 webcams with different angles. I'm having a ball. So
that's fantastic.
Blind guy, 2 video screens so we can see.
Nice.
So for those of you who are just joining us, John is legally blind. He is the author of this book, Stop Your Whining. And it's we're going to talk about that in a minute. But great stuff. And So I got to tell you guys, I'm really disappointed about something. I posted a news article on our Facebook group this week. I was so excited because the headline was Bigfoot sighting in Ashland, Colorado.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I was so excited that we had a new Bigfoot sighting. It was reported in the paper. And then when you read the article, the encounter, it's a new story. It was posted just this week, but in the paper, but the story happened way back in the 90s.
Right.
I was so upset about that.
New Bigfoot sighting in the 90s.
Yeah. It's like
misleading.
And also, can't we find any other news? Like, we're digging up old stories to get people jazzed about from the 90s? Rude.
I've never seen him. Sorry, this is the way it's going to be. I'm just letting you guys know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, speaking of Bigfoot, Geek Gumshoe, host of Case Files of the Geek Gumshoe on the Back of the Cereal podcast network, and DL Memphis, who is the host of the Ice Cream Queens on Sunday nights here on Back of the Cereal Box. Today, they are at the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival.
Oh.
And they're going to be filming live for us, posting live videos this afternoon from the festival. I was supposed to be there with them, and other stuff got in the way. But I'm not bitter. But that'll be fun. So you guys watch your notifications throughout the day if you're watching this video for live streams from the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival. Now, Aubry, I got to tell you about this. Have you heard of the game terminal here in Nashville?
No.
Okay. So imagine this giant warehouse or trucking terminal or airplane terminal filled with every arcade and pinball cabinet game you ever have played in your life. Massive arcade, restaurant.
Wait
bar.
a minute. Is it an Asian theme?
No.
Because there was because there was a it was a place I went to. It was a bar. Well, it was like a club kind of.
You're talking about Kung Fu Saloon.
That one, yeah.
That place is cool. That's downtown Nashville. This place is out by the airport.
Okay.
Is
it new?
Yes. It just opened up last year, and it's like you're going through the shipping industrial park, and you're like, where in the world is this? Because you're thinking to yourself, who would put a restaurant, bar, and arcade in the middle of nowhere? Yeah. And you come around this corner, and there it is. And it's beautiful. It's awesome. And it's the most fun I've had in a long, long time. Went last night with my son for his 21st birthday. And Aubry, we're going to do some trips out there. And you need to go because here's the best part. It's free play.
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I'm intrigued.
Drinks, games.
Where could you go wrong?
Yep.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It looks awesome.
Yeah. Put that in your back pocket. It is awesome. I posted a video from there last night. It's really, really awesome. So before we get to our main topic, we got to do a quick break for some obscene profits. First of all, and Aubry, get ready because interview time is coming up. We are sponsored by Poddex, and it's the easiest way to do a podcast.
This episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to take your interviews and podcast episodes to the next level, you're going to want to check out Poddex. Visit poddex.com to get your Poddex today.
And that voice is the voice of Travis Brown, the founder of Poddex, and he does an awesome newsletter for podcasters. And if you're not getting it, you are really, really missing out. And I also want to, of course, acknowledge one of our super fans. She's got a great Kickstarter going right now. The one, the only, Miss Cindy.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
So, guys, Aubry and Lex, you would love Cindy's work because she writes what's called game lit. And her latest book that you just saw there, Animal Eye, has been adapted into a graphic novel that is just met their Kickstarter funding goal. But here's the concept. You know how in video games you have non-player characters that are often animals? Yeah, the NPCs. They're often animals. Well, in her universe, the animals, they're avatars of the players. The animals are the playable characters, and the humans are the non-playable characters. And in this book, Animal Eye, a trio of players get sucked into the game, kind of Jumanji style. Mm-hmm. And they are the animals that are having to interact with human non-playable characters.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, all right. So it is time to go to our main topic, which is you, Mr. Helton. And to do that, to kick us off, I started with a question. Which living person do you admire most?
Well, this is going to be another off-the-wall answer, but I'm going to have to right now go with my wife.
Okay.
She has been through so much. That girl was not given a chance in life, and she is still strumming along and still working on herself. And in her position, that has got to be incredibly difficult to do. So kudos to my wife.
Well, she's living with you.
That was a dumb decision. That's not something you should be inspired about.
All right.
But thanks, I gotta go.
Lex, what living person do you most admire?
Oh gosh, this one's hard. I think I'm gonna go with my mom. I know that this would have been more fun if we could talk about famous people or whatever influencers, but I think it's got to be my mom. She's definitely evolved over the years into more of my soul sister as opposed to my mother. I mean, she was a great mother too, but now we're friends, we're confidants, and now all of a sudden I'm hearing the Golden Girls song playing. But we're
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again.
I watched that show at least 2 or 3 times from beginning to end every year. So, maybe Betty White. There you go. My mom and Betty White. Those are the people that I admire most.
That's
and
fantastic.
She is still alive.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I read this meme where it was there was a show that Betty White started about being old, before most of the people reading this meme were even alive. I'm like, yep, that's true. I think about that often.
I think Betty White and Keith Richards must be psychic vampires.
Oh yes.
Yeah. They're sucking life force from somewhere.
I know.
All right.
I want to know their secrets.
Aubrey, living person you admire most?
I guess I would have to say my mom.
Okay.
Do I ask a question too after? Or
yes. Yeah.
Well, wait. You have to answer too.
Living person I most admire?
Yeah.
Well, that would have been my dad up until a month ago because he
Oh.
just passed away. But yeah, my dad lived a life that most people only dream of. And I'm going to write a book about him because it's pretty amazing. But living person, I'm going to have to go with the narcissistic answer and say myself.
Nice.
I've got talent on loan from God, just like Rush Limbaugh. I make this look easy. No, okay. Listen, if you don't love yourself, who can you love? Right?
That is true. That is very true.
All right. So Aubrey, ask us an off the wall question. This is courtesy of Poddex.
Would you rather be able to record your thoughts or your dreams while you sleep?
All right, John.
Record my thoughts. Do you think while you sleep?
He's trying
I
to
don't know.
catch all here.
I think there is a phase of sleep where, yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, that's a bizarro question. I guess I would just record the dream because it'd be kind of fun to go back and see if they have any meaning or not. Because most dreams are so vague. It'd be kind of cool to go back and say, "Hey, I forgot about that," and then kind of pick it apart.
Oh, the dream I had last night was not vague at all. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
What about you, Lex?
Probably thoughts, because I definitely suffer from some, scattered thinking throughout the day, and I would love to be able to sort of have a record of that. And my dreams are always incredibly vivid, that as long as I can record my thoughts and I can record what I'm thinking or what I remembered the next morning when I wake up, because again, I'm usually pretty good at remembering my dreams. So I think thoughts, that would help keep me a little more organized, as well as, help me like write that book quicker and etc.
Yeah, I don't want to record my dreams because then I'd have to dispose of the evidence.
That's true. Same.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm the same. I have extremely vivid dreams. So, if I could just record my remembrance of them,
yeah,
we'd be golden.
Totally.
What about you, Aubrey?
Well, okay. If I'm not mistaken, we even if we do remember our dreams, we only remember like one or two out of like,
sure.
I forgot how many dreams you're supposed to have a night, but a lot. I remember my dream, but I do remember a lot of my dreams, but I have moments where I'm like, wait, did that happen the other day, or was that a dream? Because a lot of them feel so real.
Ooh, you've got problems with disconnecting from reality and fantasy?
Sometimes, yeah.
I do too. I was doing. I had to ask my partner the other day. I was like, "Did this happen for real, or was that a dream?" And
I do it a
"That was
lot.
a dream." I was like, "Oh, never mind."
I do it a lot. I have to tell people, I'm like, I sometimes forget if I dreamt it or if it happened.
Totally.
But and also deja vu. You whenever I get the feeling of deja vu, it's usually from a dream, or that's something I always have to wonder about too. But anyway, so the dreams that I don't remember, I would definitely want to record, and because my thoughts are pretty
You guys want to hear a fun fact?
What?
Yes.
When I dream, I actually have 20/20 vision in the dreams.
Huh.
That is very cool. And that's a perfect segue to the main topic, which is you, John Helton, is the author of this book, Stop Your Whining, Legally Blind with 20/20 Vision. So now I had a secondary ulterior motive of having you on, John. As a professional relationship coach, I really wanted you to join in and give your analysis of us as co-hosts and our relationships with each other. And I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh shoot! I gotta go.
But talk to us about Legally Blind with 2020 Vision. What's the book about? Tell us a little bit about your journey. And I know that Lex is going to be very curious to ask you a couple of questions about this, because you're an author, you're a musician, you're a champion bowler. Take it away.
Well, it was it's an interesting story because my subjects in school were not things I really enjoyed, especially English. I hated English. So in the summer of 2016, I was at a volleyball tournament and I was in the lobby talking to one of the bus drivers for one of the other teams. And I was just kind of telling my story about losing my vision. And I told her, when I go out and speak, my theme is stop your whining. She said, well, you need to write a book. And I laughed and I said, not going to happen. And she said, no, I think you should write a book and name it Stop Your Whining. I said, thank you. No, I am not interested. So then that was summer of 2016. We get to April 2017 and the girl I was married to suddenly passed away. And I tell people, I woke up Monday and I went to work. I woke up Tuesday planning my wife's funeral.
Jeez.
So it was that fall. I take that back. That summer, I was on the phone with someone and they said, you really need to write a book. I was like, no, but thank you for the encouragement. No, no, no. And then September rolls around in 2017 and it was a friend of mine's birthday. And I called him up and he said, John, there's something I've been really wanting to talk to you about. I'm glad you called. I said, what's up? He said, man, your story is something we all need to hear. I think you should write a book. I went, no. Okay, I'm starting to think at this point. Now, this is no joke. He told me that, and I cannot remember if it was that day or just a few days after. Now, I'm a huge Everybody Loves Raymond fan. Love that show.
Nice.
And I'm at home working. And while I'm working, I've got Raymond playing in the background on recording. I'm not really listening to it. It's just background noise. I'm working on my computer. My computer talks to me, so I can't hear my computer and Raymond. But every time it got to the commercial, I knew to hit the fast forward button 8 times because it would go straight to the next part of the show. Yeah. No commercials. Boom. I am not kidding you. I take the remote. I turned around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put my remote down, and I hear in the background, are you a Christian author?
Weird.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So I then started writing the book, and it took me about 3.5 years to complete. It was released in June 2020 with the help of my now wife, because I got stuck, was having a hard time. We went to coach training together, and we were practicing. And she helped me through a situation I was dealing with that I didn't think anybody could get me out of. And she's helped me overcome some stuff. So the book's about losing my vision. And the first portion of the book, it's got some humor involved. And I know that's a shock, but it does. And I tell the story because it's such a peculiar story of going to the original hospital. I got diagnosed with, remember, 3.5 months married. I got diagnosed with marital stress disorder. That's a joke in the diagnosis, but that's really what this guy, he turned around and yelled at my new wife when she walked in the room to check on me. I don't remember this. I was out of my head. And he said, is there stress in your marriage?
Oh, no.
She's like, no, we've been married 3.5 months. He said, I think that's what his problem is. So the story in the book tells, yeah, seriously. Now, you got to understand, I just got back from the MRI that morning. I don't remember the trip back up. The last thing I remember was them pulling me out of the MRI. I was fine. Let me rewind. I went in May 21st. They held me for observations overnight. Thought it was a stroke, pre-stroke, or a warning of a stroke coming. So they held me overnight for observation. I was fine. Woke up May 22nd, 13 years ago today. And they took me down for an MRI. I remember all of it. I remember hitting that little ball, like, let me out of here. I'm burning up. And he said, we're almost done. Could you hold on? Sure, no problem. I'll stay in here longer. He pulls me out. I set up at the end of the MRI machine, and that's it. I was out of it after that. When they got me back to my room, I was saying bizarre stuff. I need my hurt. Where is my hurt? Somebody get my hurt. Making no sense.
Wow.
That's when the doctor turned around and yelled at her and accused the issues on being stress in our marriage.
Ah.
And so long story short, my brother-in-law, which would have been her brother-in-law technically, is one of the most well-respected heart surgeons in the world. And when he found out what was going on, he made a way for me to get out to that hospital, blah, 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 10 top doctors, the story's in the book. So that's what it's about. But then the second half of the book is about becoming a widower and how I made it through that and mindset. And I challenge people's mindsets about, like as an example, I love using this because mindset is everything. Things happen. You can't help it when things happen. How you respond to what happens is really the key. So how do you respond to tough, difficult situations? So the example I use in the book is I could wake up every morning, get out of bed, throw myself on the floor, kick, scream, whine, moan, groan, complain, mope. Why, God? Why? I stand up and I'm still legally blind, except a heck of a lot more miserable, as well as the people around me. So instead, now I'm a Christian, so I like to use things to challenge people, encourage them. And of course, my whole theme is giving God glory. Well, I will now challenge people instead of whining about it. And he's given me so many cool things to do, and I'm having a ball. So in chapter 6, it's called Laughter Does Good Like a Medicine. And it says, how do you overcome or deal with such a life-altering event? It's easy. You laugh at it. And then the whole chapter is nothing but blind stories, stupid stuff I've done. And there are some I forgot to put in there. I was like, how could I forget that one? That was so funny. Like when I went to my church for the first time and got really close to the door because I was like, okay, that's the bathroom. Well, it says women on it. So I was like, don't go in that door. Because, I got really close. The high contrast was able to let me see a little bit. So I went down to the next bathroom door and I walked in. I was like, shoo, that was close. And I'm first time ever in this, well, second time, but the first time I attended that church. And I'm walking around going, where's the urinals on the wall? Hey, they have a sitting area in here.
Oh, boy.
The women's bathroom had 2 doors.
Oh.
I'm roaming around in the women's bathroom. I did not have my walking guide cane. Thank God no woman walked in there. This new freak in our church. Somebody get him out of here.
Yeah, right.
Well, if that had happened today, John, you just say, I identify as a woman today. And it's okay.
That's true.
There you go.
Oh, but this was 10 years ago. So
yeah.
Oh.
So let's I want to clarify something for people watching. You are legally blind, but you told me before the show that you do have about 5% of your vision. So
estimated, yeah.
Yeah. So if you have high contrast and get really close, you can see some things, but not very much.
Right. It's exactly right.
Yeah.
Like when I became a widower, how do you date when you're legally blind and the only thing you can see is when they're really close? I mean, do you meet some girl that's really nice and you pull her close and say, well, I wish you the best? You know what I mean? What do you do?
Well, here's what I want to know. So you're legally blind, but you're also a drummer. You're a musician. You play drums, and you're a championship bowler. How does that work?
Well, the drums, I play a really large set, so no matter where I swing, something's getting hit.
Nice.
10, 12 cymbals, 4 drums up here, but again, I do have limited vision. Now, I've done concerts, like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Petra.
Yeah.
But we opened for Petra back in 2018 when that's a long story, not important. But now these lights are shining in my eyes. Well, my eyes do not contract when light hits them. Every bit of light gets in, so it blinds me. So I'm on the drums, and I can't even hardly see my drums. So it's challenging, but there are, it's like muscle memory. You just kind of get used to where everything is. I have a couple of splash cymbals that are like that big. So sometimes it sounds like this, and sometimes it sounds like this, click. Oops, missed.
Yeah.
Microphone, sorry about that. The whole arena heard that one. He must have missed the cymbal. So muscle memory there. Now, do you want me to tell you about the bowling one?
Yeah,
I'm curious about the bowling one because my mom is a bowler. She's been in the senior Olympics every 2 years or whatever for a while now, since she's been a senior basically, and she's been bowling since she was in her 30s. But what's interesting is my mom just recently found out that she too is going blind, and so I might pick up your book for her actually. Because she's very much all about the mindset, and she's very much taking it a lot. Like my stepfather, her husband, is he cries every time he looks at her, and I know, poor thing, he'll get through it. But my mom is already cracking jokes, and she's already figured. But one of the things that she loves to do is bowl. So I'm curious to hear how the bowling goes for you.
Well, it's interesting. I did bowl before I lost the vision, much like your mom. And again, high contrast. Like my computer screens are reversed colors. So I have no bright backgrounds because, again, it gets all in my eyes and completely blinds me. At least when the colors are reversed, I can see things. I don't know what it is, but I can at least see it. So it kind of works the same thing with bowling. And by the way, if you go to theblindfury.com, go to my bowling page, there is a video of me describing it in detail, and you can see me bowl. You can see how I do it. I did it for that very reason, because I get asked this question. So I just made a video. Nice. But long story short, I train whoever it is with me. Now it's my wife. We have number codes. Like if I say, put me on 12, she knows that means first dot to the right of the center dot and second board.
Nice.
So 1 dot, 2 boards. If I say 14, 1 dot, 4 boards. Okay. So, then the lane itself, I'll put on some glasses. I wear like light sunglasses to kind of kill the light a little bit. The high contrast part comes in because the gutter's dark. The lane is not.
Totally.
So I at least have an idea where the gutter is, an idea. So I can't see the distinct ending of the lane and beginning of the gutter. I can't see that. All I know is if I hear, I threw the ball out too far.
Right, of course.
So excuse me, I can't see the pins, I can't see the arrows, I can't see the boards. All I can see is that lighter area that's close to this dark area. Excuse me. So what I try to do is use that gutter, and no matter what I do, if I have a 7 pin on the far left, because I hook the ball, I will try to move as far right as I can, depending on the lane conditions, and use that gutter to line me up. That's how I bowl. And then, of course, after my ball, they'll tell me what I have left. I know where the pins are. The trickier shots are like the 6 pin, the 10 pin on the right side of the lane.
Oh, the 10 pin is hard for everybody.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I can't use a gutter to line me up.
Exactly.
So, because I move all the way to the left. So in that case, I look as far down the lane as I can. I try to follow the path of the gutter. And then I move my eyes back up in a direct line on the lane, and I try not to lose that little area, and I just do my best to throw it over that. And it
fascinating. Like I say, I'm gonna send her a link to this, because she's also gonna be able to see a little bit, even as she's losing her sight. Like it isn't gonna just go all black. Like she'll have probably, actually, it might be very similar.
Is she a good bowler?
She's a really good bowler.
Okay, here's what we have to do. This is Lex, right?
Yes.
Okay, here's what we have to do. The American Blind Bowling Association. Get her signed up, and she could be on my team.
Ooh, okay, definitely. It's just the American Blind Bowling Association. Is that what you called it?
Yeah, it's ABBA, ABBA1950.org, I believe.
Okay.
They have national tournaments, regional tournaments. I don't bowl in the league, so I have to go in with a scratch average. So I don't get very much handicap, which is very difficult. So I go for the scratch tournament. I don't really bowl in the handicap because the year that I did real well, if I would have been in the handicap, I would have
Right.
finished 10th. And I'm
Right.
like, I would have had to average 236 scratch to win the tournament. I'm like, that's impossible. Come on.
Exactly.
The Pro Bowlers don't average 236 most of the time.
Ex-
So I go for scratch. To me, that's the real challenge.
Awesome. Well, that's fascinating. Yeah, I'm gonna start sending her some links and yeah, like I say, she's a really amazing bowler. So
Yeah.
Link
we
you
could be on
guys
the
up.
same team.
Yes. And for everyone curious, the website is right below, theblindfury.com. And I got to tell you, John, I was really hoping that you would just tell us that you could bowl through echolocation. I was really hoping you had like a radar sense like Daredevil. And are you familiar with that character, Daredevil?
I've heard of him.
So he is a blind superhero who has his superpower, though, is this radar sense. So all of his other senses, touch, smell, hearing, everything is heightened and creates like this type of radar echolocation ability. And he's pretty cool. Daredevil is
interesting.
pretty dang cool.
I actually like Daredevil, and I'm not. It's funny that I'm part of this podcast because I don't generally like that. I'm not really big on the like Marvel or any of the comic book like main franchises. I'm just not really into that superhero stuff.
But
so.
you're a cosplayer.
I know, but I'm more into like games and anime and stuff like
Well,
that.
that's why you're on this show.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I've never been a huge fan of most things, but I do like Daredevil. That is actually one that I'll get into a little bit.
Yeah.
Very,
Daredevil.
very cool. And I will say that, John, you are the guest that we were hoping to have last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means that you are energetic and you are funny and engaging,
Awesome.
and you actually told your story, which we love.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm not short on words usually.
Yes. Well, we love that. So the book again is Stop Whining.
Stop your whining.
Stop Your Whining. I'm sorry. And that's Legally Blind with 20/20 vision, and available at theblindfury.com. And you can listen to John on his radio show, his Zoom show. What is it called again? The Psalm 150 show?
Yeah, the Psalm 150 talk show on Sunday nights.
Very cool. And he's a nationally recognized coach and champion bowler, and just an amazing, amazing guy. And very, very cool to have you on the show, John.
Thank you. Are we done? Like, do I have to go now or what?
In a minute. In a minute.
In a minute, I'm going to
Yeah.
get watching.
Yeah, we're going a little bit overtime this morning, but that's okay because you were awesome. So
Thank you.
theblindfury.com. Now, before we leave, we've got to share some events coming up. Conventions are coming back, everybody. And next Saturday is the Nashville Comic and Toy Day at Rick's Comic City, May 29th, 10 to 4 p.m. We're going to be there. At least I'm going to be there, Aubry.
I think I just told someone I was going to work that weekend too. It's not this. Okay. It's next Saturday. Like the
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I already told somebody I had to work.
That's okay. And then our host of Back Issue Breakfast Club, Kelly Gettner, is organizing the virtual Super Friend celebration June, what is that? June 11th through the 13th.
Yeah.
And we're going to be a part of that too, doing some panels. And I'm going to be doing some panels, and DL Memphis and Geek Gumshoe. And if you guys want to jump in and be a panelist, Lex, Aubry, on some video games, they're still looking for content.
I mean, if I wasn't in Albuquerque, I am looking to get to Nashville.
Well, it's
soon.
all virtual.
Oh, this is all virtual? Oh,
Yeah.
it says virtual on the top.
Yeah,
hear
see,
ya.
that's what
Oh,
virtual
yeah.
means.
100% I'd be interested in that.
I'll pass along the word, and Kelly will connect with you.
Awesome.
And then July 30th through August 1st, Superman celebration. We're going to have an artist and vendor table in the Artist Alley room. By then, I will have completed the LT360 program and should be down 45 pounds.
Strutting your stuff.
I'm gonna do Harley Quinn, and if I can find all of the pieces in time, the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn.
Nice.
So
Aubry,
are you like into this Comic-Con thing? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Superman celebration.
I have a great Comic-Con story if you want to hear it later.
Yeah, I would love to hear it right now. Tell it.
Go. Right now. Okay, so when I was bowling in the national tournament out in Phoenix, of course, I'm walking around and have no idea that everybody's dressed up. We go to the Hard Rock Cafe, kind of a tradition my kids and I do on these bowling tournaments. And we found out it was Comic-Con week. So I've got these people sitting next to me down a little bit, and they're all dressed up. So going to the airport, getting ready to head back to Kentucky, we get to the terminal, and it's packed. Well, this man and his son get up. Now, I have 3 kids. No, I'm sorry. 2 of the 3 were with me. This man and his son get up, and they said, here, take our seats. And I said, no, it's okay. We can stand. They said, no, go ahead and sit down. Now, you got to understand, I'm not a movie fan. I don't know very many characters. I don't know much of anything. So my 2 kids sit down, and I'm standing next to this guy that just got up to give me his seat. And I said, so what are you in Phoenix for? And he said, I'm here for Comic-Con. I said, oh, really? I said, what character did you dress up as? I've never heard of Comic-Con until that week. So I was just trying to make conversation. I said, so what character did you dress up as? He said, well, I was here to sign autographs. I said, oh, are you famous? He goes, maybe. And I said, what's your name? He said, Danny Trejo.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
And I said, oh, because what if he would have had a sense of humor like me? And when I said, what did you dress up as? And he would have said, I dressed up as Danny Trejo. I would have said, who's that? Thankfully, he doesn't have that sense of humor, and he didn't pick up on the fact that I would have said that. So I sat there and chatted with Danny Trejo for a little while, and my son was like, Courtney, that dude looks just like the uncle from Spy Kids. And so I've never seen the movie. I did see Con Air, but you talking about one of the nicest guys, the only person in that entire terminal to get up to let the blind guy sit down was Danny Trejo. Nobody else offered.
Amazing.
And my cousin works in Los Angeles, or did work in Los Angeles as a server. And she saw me posted on Facebook, and she said, I used to wait on him at whatever restaurant. She said, incredibly nice family and a really good tipper. So There's my Comic-Con story.
Yay, that's a good one.
And that is a great story to end the show on. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, John, for being with us. Aubry, what are you up to this week? What are you twitching?
Something eventually.
Lex, what are you up to this week?
That's well, I'm still working on my cosplay site. So that should be launching soon. So I'm doing some like pre-launch stuff with that. And then yeah, that's sort of been consuming my life lately. And I know we can talk about this after the show at some point. I have other plans in the works to get to Nashville. So hopefully, yeah, it still will be several months out, but the gears are starting to turn to make it happen. So that's kind of what I've been focusing all my energy on.
And John, where are you going to be next? Where can people see? Of course, the Psalm 150 show tomorrow night. But where else? Are you doing any speaking engagements, public appearances, anything that you want to let people know about?
Well, not necessarily. Now, I do a marriage workshop on Monday nights. That's, it's just me teaching and talking, and everybody gets interactive, kind of like this. Everybody talks and shares things. It's pretty cool. And then Wednesday, actually, it's kind of weird. I'm DJing a wedding Wednesday.
Nice.
So DJ blind.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that Wednesday, and I'm trying to get prepared to launch. I told you before, it looks like I'm about to start a thing called Marital Monkey Mania on a radio station out of Huntington, West Virginia. So it'll be a relationship marriage show where people email questions and we answer them on air. So that's looks like it's about to launch sometime in June. So I've got to start redoing my website and getting ready for that.
I love the name of that, the Marital Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love monkeys. My favorite animal. I mean, here's my official mascot right here.
Yay.
And I have a monkey there, a monkey there, a monkey there, a monkey there. And I have grandkids who's drawn me monkeys that are all over the place.
Cute.
So I love monkeys. And of course, marital monkey. It just makes sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very cool.
Yeah. So that's what I'm up to this week. Thanks for asking.
And
and I'm bowling Tuesday night.
Oh my gosh, you're incredible. You're amazing. I'm so inspired by you. You know what? Maybe now after this interview, which living person do you most admire? I'm going to have to say John Helton. You have inspired me, dude. You're amazing. Thank you so much for being on the show. And for those of you watching, please continue to comment. We will respond throughout the week. And we really would love your support at patreon.com/cerealboxpodcast. One of the things that we want to do is to build an actual Rec Room studio so that we can do some in-studio, in-person stuff when Lex gets here.
Yay.
And you guys can help make that happen. And we'll get the whole gang together in one spot. And that'll be exciting. And we'll try to figure out how we can get Dee and Aubry up early enough to come to the studio.
If I can do it, you guys can. I'm telling you. I am not a morning person. And I'm an hour earlier than you right now, and I'm dragging my butt out of bed.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
Well, we'll talk more about that. So you guys do that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, like us on Facebook. You can join our group on Facebook and have conversations with us, and listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and all kinds of fun ways to interact with us and be a part of the Back of the Cereal Box Podcast Network. And until the next time, remember, if you like the show, tell 200-300 of your closest friends and family to come share the fun. And until then, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the flip side.